Well, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is. After midnight, I don't care. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a respectable comment. You know I'm going to delete the disrespectful comments, so don't even bother. Ban you if you're a bigot. But leave a respectable comment down below, and after you finished watching the video, please watch the whole video first. Today, we're talking about soap operas. What the fuck is a soap opera? And why is it called a soap opera? Well, it's actually daytime drama, or melodrama, is specifically what it's referred to as. A daytime melodrama. But we call them soap operas. Now, this goes all the way back to the beginning of time. Well, television. Which is, I was born in 82, so that's when time began for me. But we go back to the beginning of time, and television was brand new, and they were just desperate for content. They needed something to put on the airwaves to get people to, watch so that they could, pay the bills, so that they could make money and get rich and control the elections and society and everything else, etc., etc. You know the drill. But they knew this was back in the old days, like 50s and earlier, 40s, when television was brand spanking new. And so they had these melodrama programs that ran on the radio show. Because a lot of your early television shows were radio dramas or radio shows, variety shows, etc., that translated to television. This is a history lesson for a whole nother day, but they had these radio programs, these melodramas, where people would sort of reenact, these domestic situations, cheating husband or wife finding out that she's pregnant with her brother's baby, only it's not really her brother, it's actually her long lost triple removed second cousin, or I don't know, whatever. They're these weird ass melodramas. But in order to put a program on the television or the radio airwaves, because they cost money, you got to pay the FCC for a license, you have to have an advertiser buy the airwaves for you, and then you make money off of that, and then you try to sell. Well, anyways, you know how it works. So, in the early days, women were stay-at-home moms. They didn't have jobs. They didn't have rights. In a lot of cases, they just barely had the right to vote. Still didn't even have the right to own a credit card or a bank account in their own name. So, yeah, it is what it is. Stuck at home, nothing you can do about it until we get to the civil rights movement. That comes later. And women's lib and everything else. But before we get there, you're stuck at home. You're a single, or not single mom, but you're a stay-at-home mom, right? The husband, and presumably it was a husband, because again, this was before it was legal to be gay. There were gay families out there, but I'm going to use the language of the time because that makes it easier. But your partner went to work, had a job, came home, and, ate the supper that you spent all day cooking, right? And then while you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is, get husband off, fix breakfast, have him shower, shave, etc. Get him off to work so you have time to get the kids ready, send them off to school, and now you got to do your chores. You got to earn your keep, right? Well, this was the expectation at the time. However archaic as it is, this was the expectation at the time. So, you're watching your television program, right? Your melodrama, your soap opera. And, well, the advertisers know you're a stay-at-home mom, so they know you're going to be watching this melodrama because you ain't got shit all to do. You're going to be doing laundry and dishes and vacuuming and, ironing, etc., etc., etc. You're going to have the TV on to occupy your brain so you don't go insane, right? And so the soap companies, the laundry detergent, the dish soap companies, hand soap, etc., would sponsor these programs. And so they became known as soap operas. Now, you've had soap operas or daytime dramas come and go. Now, we experimented with nighttime soaps in the 70s and 80s, tried again in the 90s, they failed in the 70s, tried it in the 80s, failed again, tried in the 90s, failed again, and then we gave up. And then Netflix and the internet, etc., have more or less killed off the soap opera. There's still a couple of stragglers still out there limping along. However they're making money, I don't know, but they are. So, how does a soap opera work? Well, you have a premise. Here's the main soap operas. You have General Hospital, All My Children, As the World Turns, and Days of Our Lives. Now, here's the premise. You have different families that each have different stations in life and functions within the community, and you more or less follow their day-to-day lives. And I'm talking day-to-day lives. So your soap opera typically runs for an hour long. It starts off with some sort of melodramatic jingle, some type of little, thing to get you in the mood, like, hey, it's time for the Days of Our Lives, or As the World Turns, etc., etc., to get you in the mood. And then it starts off with some rich person bitching about the poor people, and then some rich woman bitching about she's not happy, and somebody slaps somebody, and then you cut to commercial and come back, and then now you're somewhere else in town following somebody else. They're melodramas. So what that basically means is they're heightened in their sense of emotion. So everything is exaggerated. So it's not like, you bitch. It's like, you bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Storylines don't fucking make any sense. People die in avalanche and then come back next season with a whole new face because they recast. But they miraculously survived because of some surgery in South America somewhere that only this mystical voodoo doctor can perform. This is the shit they come up with. I'm not trying to be culturally insensitive. This is the type of shit they come up with. And so it's things like that, or you fall off of a horseback riding, or you fall into a coma mysteriously and then wake up 6 months later, somebody new. Somebody gets shot, and then presumably they're dead, but then next season you find out, oh, they weren't actually dead, they were wearing a vest the whole time, or the killer was actually shooting blanks, or they really missed, but they just faked it, or whatever. There's always some kind of Deus Ex Machina that they sweep it under the rug and it never happened, but even though it did happen. The point is, they run Monday through Friday, they're an hour-long program, and nothing happens. And you get to the end, and there's some big dramatic reveal, like, something major is going to happen. Come back tomorrow so you can find out what happened. I never watched any soap operas, like, sat down and watched them. I mean, I did watch Downton Abbey, which is melodrama, but it's not a soap opera, but that's another story for another day. We'll talk about Downton Abbey one of these days. I promise. Love me some Downton Abbey. That video is coming. Not today. But the thing is, these shows are designed to keep you watching Monday through Friday for years. Basically, as long as you're, functional. That's the point. They really want you to watch because they need you to buy the product that they're advertising. The specific hand soap or dish soap or whatever. Now, as television evolved, culture and society changed, the advertisers adjusted, and so the soap opera moniker is very outdated. Now, I promise, if you're watching a soap opera, you're still going to see a commercial for Dawn dish soap or Tide detergent. I promise. One of the soap operas is airing that commercial. I guarantee it. But it's not like the main fucking advertiser like it was back in the day. But we still call them soap operas because this is legacy media, and it's a term that has entered the vernacular. So it's the term we use. Now, like I said, there have been brief attempts to branch out into evening soaps. Dallas is the most popular one. It came and went, and then they brought it back, and then it went away again, and then I don't know if they're trying to bring it back or not. I don't know, but I don't fucking give a shit. They've had a few other attempts, and they've had some kind of sort of soap opera-esque melodramatic shows like Dawson's Creek or Party of Five or the one on the CW that everybody watches that I don't even know what it's called. OC or something like that. Those are not necessarily proper soap operas in the strictest sense, but they are melodramas. So they're close enough. So some people would refer to them as teen soaps. They're not really soaps, but they kind of are, but they're kind of not. But the word soap has been lost, the meaning. So you can call whatever you want a soap opera if you want. I've got borderline personality disorder. I can sometimes be melodramatic. Go watch some of my videos where I'm telling people to fuck themselves. That's pretty melodramatic. So you could call this show a soap opera if you want. I don't air it Monday through Friday, although I probably should. And I would love it if you would watch every day for the rest of your life, because that would be beneficial to me. But hey, it is what it is. But I don't have sponsors. So who wants to sponsor me? I don't know. Definitely not Tide. I guarantee you that. So, I have 2 questions for you. Call to action. In addition to the please like and subscribe, thumbs up, etc., etc. Share this on social media. Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky, by the way. Go check it out. Get off of the bad place. We're trying to leave the bad place behind. It's a dumpster fire. But if you're still on the bad place, I'm still there too. But I'm doing my best to get the fuck off of it. But there's not enough people on Blue Sky, so check it out. But here's my call to action. Question number 1. Did you ever watch any soap operas? Question number 2. If so, which ones? If not, why not? Now, I do know, I look at the analytics, and I know that the majority of my audience are male. That doesn't mean that they're not gay or LGBT or, transmasculine or whatever. Or just, woke enough to be able to say, you know what, I'm man enough to say I watch soaps. So, I understand that the majority of my audience are probably not going to respond favorably, if at all. But I do have a significant percentage of my audience who are female, whether they're trans, which I know a lot of trans women watch this show because they talk to me on the Twitter. So, do you watch soaps? If so, again, which ones? And if not, why not? Stay cool.